Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you a beginner's flipping guide for Season of Discovery. I'm going to be doing a full guide and making it very beginner friendly for the new people that want to get into flipping, or even expert flippers that want to learn a bit more about flipping in Season of Discovery. How to get TSM working. A lot of people have asked me how to actually do this, and I've been asked this question quite a lot. So what we're going to be doing, and the end goal is to have this tick green, having TSM feed data for Season of Discovery. Now it's pretty simple and it's pretty quick to actually do, so let's get right into it. First of all, you want to head over to the TSM website. So you can go to Google and you can search in TSM WOW, or you can click the link in the description of this video, which I'll link to the TSM website. Now, once you're over the TSM website, what you want to do is create an account. So it's very easy to create an account. You just have to fill out your information and create an account just like any other website. Very easy to do. Now, once you have an account set up on the website, what you're going to do next is click on Install TSM and it'll bring you to this page. Now, if you have a Windows, you want to click the left button. If you have a Mac, you want to click the right button, which says download. And you simply just want to download the app. Now the TSM, the Trade Skill Master app, this is where you can do a bunch of different things. So what you want to do once you click on download is you just want to go through the download prompts and download it onto your PC. Now once you have it downloaded, you want to actually log into the TSM app with the information that you created the account with. Very easy to do. Now once you're logged in, you're going to see something that looks like this. This is the inside of the app. Now from the app, we can actually download TSM and all the different versions of TSM to feed the correct data. First of all, click on settings in the TSM app, and you want to make sure that your WOW directory is the right place to direct the TSM app to. So you just want to make sure that these are the same things right here and that it is the right WOW directory. This way it's going into the correct folders. Now once you've done that, you want to click on add-on versions and you want to go over TSM, or Trade Skill Master Classic, and TSM App Helper Classic. Now once you have updated them and downloaded them, the next step will be getting the Season of Discovery information to come up. Now to do this, you just want to shut down the application and then you want to reopen the application. This will automatically add SOD to the application. Now this can take maybe instantly, or it can take upwards of an hour. You just want to reset the application. Now once you do, you're going to be able to see the green tick up on your TSM in game, and this means that you have set everything up correctly and everything will be working for you. The best TSM settings for flipping. So I'll go over the exact settings that I personally use for flipping so you can have TSM looking and working as best as possible for you in Season of Discovery. By the end of it, your tooltip of every single item should show all this different information about every single item in the game, so you know exactly what it's worth. Alright, so let's go over the best settings for making gold and flipping with the TSM. So first of all, you want to head over to tooltip settings. So this part right here. What you want to do is copy the exact settings that I have selected. So for the first ones, for groups and operations, you want to have group name and auctioning operation. So it's showing that. Now if you're into crafting, you can also select crafting. Other than that, I wouldn't recommend showing the other things of these. These are not important whatsoever. For values, I'd recommend selecting full destroy tooltip. So this is when you're disenchanting an item and things like that. That's really useful if you have enchanting. Or if you're breaking down items for other professions. You also want to have full convert tooltip, the vendor buy price and the vendor sell price. Now these two are very important, so you know how much it costs to buy an item from a vendor and also how much you actually get when you sell an item to the vendor. Under inventory, you want to select full inventory. Now this is where the really juicy stuff comes right here. So under accounting, you want to have purchased information. This is where it's going to show you how much you paid for an item, and it also will show you the smart average buy price for an item. You want to have sales information. So this is how much you've actually sold an item for. It will keep track of all of that. Also, you want to see the sale rate. Now the sale rate will only show on items that you've personally already sold in Classic, especially in Season of Discovery. That is how it works. Moving on to expired information. This will show you how many times since you last sold the item and how many times you had to cancel scan before the item sold, and also how many times it had to expire. So you want these two selected. Now for the real juicy stuff. So under auction DB, you want to have min price showing. So this is where it's going to show all the different prices that TSM is feeding you. So you want to have min buyout showing. This is the min buyout that was from the last scan that TSM did. So within about the last hour, depending on how recently your TSM data was updated. Now this scans about every hour or so. You also want to have recent value. So this is the recent price over the past, I believe it is like past 2 hours or so, like hour or two. So since the last scan, but it'll give you a average percent of the price, not the min price. So the min price, say if there's one posted, say at 1 silver, but the market value is like 10 silver, but there's one posted way below at the current time, that will be the min price. With the recent price, it will be the recent average price over the last hour since the last scan. Now the market value. Now what I recommend doing is having market value and trending. This will give you a percent sign. If you can see right here, it shows an actual percent on next to the market value. So this can just show you if it's going up or if it's going down, which way it is trending. So you can select just market value, but that won't show the percent. So I highly recommend clicking market value and trend. The historical price, you want to be able to see that also. Then with the region market value, and you want to have this with the trend also. So this will show right here, as you can see, and this will also show a percent if it's trending up or down. And what this means is the region market value. So all of the realms on your region, it will have the market value for all of the realms, not just the realm that you're on, but all of the realms that are on your region. So say if you play on the US, this will be the market value for all US realms. If you play on the EU, this will be the market value for all of the EU realms. Same with this right here. This is your region historical price. So this is the past 60 days, I believe. And this will show you for the region wide. So all of the realms on whichever region you're playing on. Then you also want to have selected region sale average. This will give you an average price that items have been selling for across your region. Then you also have the region sale rate. Now this will only show with items that you have personally already sold, and then same with this one right here. So these two aren't that important. They're not really going to show in Season of Discovery, but you can still just have them selected. Moving on to the next thing, this is auctioning. This will show you the post quantity, and it will also show you what your operations, so you have operations that you set up to sell items. It will show you what the min price is, what the normal price is, and the max price. So if we just hover over one of the items at the moment, we look down the bottom at this part right here. So the min price is 1 gold and 68 silver. The normal price is 4 gold and 21 silver, and the max prices is 70 gold and 22 silver for the operations that we have set up for that specific item. Now these aren't required, but I do like changing these settings. So under auctioning, I like to put a sound on each sort of thing that happens. So for the scan complete, I have the alarm clock sound, the confirmed complete sound. So this is the alarm clock also. And then when you get a sale, I like to have the cash register sound. So every time that you're online on that character and you get a sale, you'll actually get a sound and obviously the notification for whenever you sell the item. Now the other thing that is useful but not required is the macro. So the TSM macro, you want to have it select to do everything that is possible, and then you can select scroll wheel up and down, any modifiers if you want, then you can make the macro. Now you can make it without the scroll wheel options and the modifiers, and all you would do once you click on create macro, it will put the macro into your macros. So right here it is, and then you can put it onto your bar. So you just drag it down. And then what you can do is you can keybind scroll wheel up and the scroll wheel down. This way, like I have right here, I can just spam the scroll wheel up and down, and this will post items as quickly as possible, and also cancel items, just whatever screen you are on TSM in the auction house. it will go ahead and do that for you. So very useful to have, and I highly recommend doing this. This allows you to post items very quickly up on the auction house. Next up, I'm going to be showing you the most important tooltip data when flipping, and that is going to be the market value. Now the market value is the average price over the past 14 days. Now this is always changing, so you want to keep an eye out on this on every single item that you flip. Now when it is at its price, it means it's pretty much where it should be. So you should expect to be able to sell this item for 2 gold and 80 silver. Now you can sometimes sell the item over or a little bit less and still make a lot of profit. It's not a set in stone number, it is just the average number over the past 14 days. But when flipping, this is a great number to look at, so you know you can at least get 2 gold and 80 silver for this specific item. Meaning you also can get a bit over this, it just depends on what the market is currently doing on the day that you're selling the item. But this is a good number to look at, so you can fall back and you can know what you should expect this item to be worth. When buying items to flip, you never want to buy an item over the market value price. Preferably, you'd want to have it below 50% of the market value price, sometimes even up to 70 to 80% below the market value price. We will be referring to the market value a lot when we're actually looking for items. So when you scan items on TSM, it's going to actually sort by the market value. So it will give you a percent, and if it's 100% of the market value, that means it's at the price it should be. And then if it has a lower percent, it means it's a better deal and it's under the market value. And if the percent is higher than the market value, that means it is overpriced. I'll be showing you a bit more about this when we actually show you how to scan items using TSM. Next up, let's talk about making groups using TSM and what groups are. So first of all, groups are groups of items that you've made or you've imported someone else's group where it has a list of items. As you can see, we have a bunch of different groups right here. We have all of the best BOEs and we have them sorted by phase 1, sorted by BIS, pre-BIS and high demand items, the epic items, the rare items and the uncommon items. We have the same thing for weapons. We also have materials sorted by each phase, and then the recipes sorted by each phase. Now if you want to import my exact groups that have operations set up for them ready to go, you can do that from getting my classic flipping guide. However, if you'd like to make your own groups, what you can do is you can simply create a group by clicking this plus sign right here, and then what you'll want to do is you'll click on the group, and whatever items that are in your inventory will show up right here, and you can add them to a group. Or you can go to base group and you can search up a item. So let's just search up anything here. Let's just search up axe. So we want to make a group about this item right here. We'll click on that and we'll add it to a group. So very simple and easy to do. Now the main thing about flipping is knowing which items to actually flip. So if you get the classic flipping guide, I have all of the best items picked out for you, ready to go. And then also, once you have your group set up, what you also can do is you can connect operations to them. So operations are basically operations that do certain things for the group. So for an example, the main thing when flipping is your auctioning operation. So I have special operations set up that will do certain things for me when I post an item. Now my operations are set up for flipping, and they will only sell an item at a profitable price no matter what. So if you're a beginner at flipping, these are perfect operations for you. You don't even have to look at the price when you're selling an item. You know 100% every single item that you post on the auction house will be profitable no matter what. So it's very beginner friendly. Now there is a bunch of different ways to make operations to do a bunch of different things. How mine are set up though are perfect for Season of Discovery flipping, so if you want to get them, they are in the classic flipping guide. So now you have your groups set up in TSM. You want to go to the auction house, and what you can do with these groups is you can select all of them and you can run a shopping scan on all of them, or you can run shopping scans on specific groups. So for an example, in phase 1, I've had a lot of success flipping the BIS, pre-BIS and high demand BOE items, also the materials and recipes. But for an example for this video, let's have a look at all of the BIS, previous high demand weapons for phase 1. So what you can do is you can select just one group at a time if you want to, or all groups. We're just going to select one group for this example. Then what you will do is you'll run a shopping scan. Now what this will do is it will scan all of the items that are in your group, and on the side here it will give the market value percent. So the market value was the TSM price data that we were talking about just before, and this is actually the percent of that price. So say for an example, this item is at pretty much 100%, it's 101% of the market value, meaning it's at the price that it should be. Anything below 100%, it means it's underpriced. Anything over 100%, it means that it is overpriced. So what this will do is it will scan all of the items in your group that you've created, and it will show you the market value percent next to it. So what I like to do is click on this percent sign right here, and this will sort it from lowest to highest. And then once the scan is complete, we'll want to go from the lowest and work our way up to, I go up to about 70 to 80% with some items. Preferably though, the lower the percent is, the better of a deal it is. So if you're just starting off, I'd recommend buying under 50% of the market value for the very best deals. So here we have an item right here. The market value for this is 2 gold and 7 silver. As you can see, there is one posted up on the auction house right now for 99 silver. We could go ahead and buy this, and we could resell this for 2 gold. Now there's only one of these posted up on the auction house, and it is actually in the BIS, pre-BIS and high demand group. So this would be a great item because we wouldn't have no competition when we're actually going to sell this. So it's at 48% of the market value, and what we would do, because of how our operations are set up, because there's only one posted on the auction house, my operations will go for the maximum amount of profit that we can get from this item. And because there's no competition, it's going to have us post this at 3 gold and 10 silver, which is the normal price for my operations. And what we will do is we'll go ahead and we can go ahead and buy that, and we can go ahead and post this up on the auction house. So this is a great deal right here, mainly because it has no competition. This works really, really well. So let's go ahead and buy that. Let's move back down. Let's see. There's also this right here. Now we've sold 4 of these in the past, and we've brought 4. The market value for this is 4 gold and 54 silver. And as you can see, there's one posted for 1 gold and 99 silver. If we click on this arrow right here, it will bring up all the other ones that are posted on the auction house. So if we look, there's one posted at 1 gold and 99 silver. The next highest is 3 gold, and then there's a big jump all the way up to 3 gold and 74 silver. What we could do is we could buy the first one right here, and we could undercut this next person. So my operations are designed to actually undercut people if there is competition for that item. Now we could do 2 things here. We could just buy the first one, which we will, for 1 gold and 99 silver. We could also buy the one for 3 gold, and we could resell both of them for 3 gold and 74 silver each. Or we could just go ahead and buy the one that is 1 gold and 99 silver, and then we could undercut the person at 3 gold. And because the market value for this is 4 gold and 54 silver, we're going to go ahead and buy both of these, and then we're going to undercut the next person at 3 gold and 74 silver. Now you basically do the same thing for all of the items when you're doing the scans. And what you'll do once you're done with that, you would scan another group, or you would scan multiple groups at a time. So we could do all of the BOE weapons, or the BOE gear, or we could start doing materials. Now I will show you a bit more about materials, because you do a thing that is called market resetting, where you buy much more of the same item to reset the price to a much more profitable price. Same thing with recipes though, works with the BOEs. You just go ahead and do what we did just there. We're in phase 1 at the moment, so I'd recommend scanning the phase 1 recipes. That will sell as quick as possible. When we're in phase 2, do the phase 2 recipes. Let's go ahead and I'll just grab those items off the auction house, out of the mailbox, sorry. Alright, so let's grab the items that we just brought. Now what we want to do is select all of the groups from the flipping guide just like this, and click on run post scan, and this will post all the items from the groups. Now as we said before, we brought the wand, or the offhand, sorry, right here for 99 silver. Then we're going to resell that for 3 gold and 10 silver, at the normal price. And then with the axe, we just move this over like this, we paid 1 gold and 99 silver for one of them and 3 gold for the other one, and we're going to repost both of them, undercutting the competition at 3 gold and 74 silver. So we'll just go ahead and click our TSM macro right down here, which is set to scroll wheel up and down to go ahead and post them as quick as possible. Alright, so next I'll show you how to do it with materials. Materials are a little bit different, like I was saying. So we're in phase 1 at the moment, so let's focus on the phase 1 materials. Now it's the same thing with the market value percent on the sign. You also want to be looking at that. But what we're going to be doing, instead of just buying one of the item or a couple of one item, we're going to be buying a decent amount of the item. And we're going to be buying them at a very low percent under the market value, and we want to reset them to say 80% plus of the market value. In between 80% and all the way up to 200% is a good spot that leaves a lot of room for a lot of profit. So we'll let the scan go through a bit more. As we can see, the large venom sacks, they're at 56% of the market value. So we could just have a quick look right here. Now we could buy all of these up for 3 silver right here, and we could repost all of these ones for 5 silver. Just for an example, let's let the scan keep going. There may be a better deal that pops up. Alright, so we've had another item that has popped up, which is a bit better deal. Now, it isn't worth too much, so you could do this in high volume and make decent amount of gold, or you could focus on items that have a bit higher actual value. But this is a great item for an example. So the market value for this is 30 copper. As you can see, it's as low as 27% of the market value at 8 copper each. What we could do is we could buy all of these up, all the way up to, as you can see, there's a big jump here where it goes from 73% to 167%. So from 8 copper to 22 copper, then it jumps all the way up to 50 copper. We could buy all of these out and we could undercut the next person at 50 copper each, meaning on some of them would be paying as low as about 8 copper, and then the highest paying about 22 copper and reselling them for 50 copper each. And the main thing about materials is that you're going to be doing this with big volume, so big quantities of an item. So let's go ahead and buy out all of these. Now you just want to click your TSM macro and it'll buy these as quick as possible. You can fly through here and you can buy up all the items very quickly. Now items that sell very quickly, materials that sell very quickly are the best sort of items to do this with. Let's go ahead and buy these all up. So we want to make sure we don't buy one that is at 167% market value. So we have 2 more to buy. So 1, 2, perfect. And now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and grab those items. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a post scan while we have the light feathers on us. And what this will do is, as you can see, we're undercutting the person at 50 copper, so at 49 copper. And how my operations are set up, we're going to post in all different stack sizes. So if you see not enough in bag, that just means it's not enough to post 10 stacks and 20 stacks. We can post the 1, 3, and 5 stacks. I'll show you the inventory while we do this. Just spam your TSM macro. It's going to post these very, very quickly. Let's go ahead and post these all up, and you'll be able to see that all the items are going to get posted up on the auction house, just like that. Now when we sell these, we're going to be making around a 35 copper profit on most of these on an average price, because we brought them from 8 copper all the way up to 22 copper. So the average of that is like 14-15 copper. So a lot of room for profit. The material sold very quickly. So for an example, a material that I've done this with and had a lot of success doing this with in phase 1 is spider silk. Now spider silk is used to actually create a few crafts that are then turned into the epic gear pieces from the BFD raid. So as you can see, we've brought in total 648 of these for 79 gold and 80 silver. We've resold not even all of them, so we still have even more to sell. We've only sold 618 of these for 111 gold and 82 silver. So a nice profit margin right there. And that is just one of the materials. I've done this with a bunch of different materials and made a lot of profit from actually flipping materials. Now what you would do next, if once you're done buying up all the items that you've flipped, once they expire, you'll come over to your mailbox, you'll grab out all of the items that have expired. So let's go ahead and get all of the expired items out of our mailbox. So we'll go ahead and grab all of these. We actually have a decent amount we still need to repost, and I'll show you what you want to do next. Well, basically it's very simple. All you're going to do is collect all the items. You're going to go over to the auction house and you're going to click on selecting all of the groups from the flipping guide, and you're going to click on run post scan, and you're going to simply just post all the items at the prices TSM told you to, because operations are set up to sell them profitably. As you can see, actually while we were doing this, we sold that offhand that we brought at the start, well not that long ago, like literally 5-10 minutes ago, for 99 silver, and we just resold it for 3 gold and 10 silver, just like that. So we made over a 2 gold profit since making the video on that one item. So now we have all of the expired listings. What we want to do is click on run post scan. This will go through our bags, select all the items, and it'll post them all at profitable prices up on the auction house for us. And it will undercut people if it's got to. It'll go for the maximum amount of profit if it can, if there's no one else selling them. And basically it will only sell items at a profitable price. It will calculate how much you paid for an item, and then it will only give you the option to sell them at a profitable price compared to what you paid for the item. Now once it's all scanned, you just want to spam that TSM macro, and it's going to post all the items very quickly. If you look at the inventory, you'll see how quick the items are actually getting posted. So we just did the rest of the light feathers. As you can see, it's posting extremely quickly, and this is the best way and the quickest way to post all of your items up in the auction house. So I'll go ahead and I'll post all the items that were in the mailbox, and then I'll show you how to cancel scan. Alright, so we've grabbed all the items out, we've got some sales. Let's go ahead and grab the gold from the sales, and we'll go ahead and post the rest of these up, and then I'll show you how to do cancel scanning. Now cancel scanning is actually very important to do when you're flipping in Season of Discovery, and well, any version of WoW. Alright, so cancel scanning. Now cancel scanning is very important because if people undercut you, you are less likely to get the sale. So what I recommend doing is selecting all the groups from the flipping guide and click on run cancel scan. Now this will scan all of the items that you have posted up on the auction house. Now this will show you a few things. If it's green, it means that you are the current person that has the cheapest price for that item. If it is red and says you've been undercut, that means that you've been undercut and someone has posted cheaper than you. Now if it has orange text like this and it says not cancelling auction below min price, this means there is an item posted for that same item under your profit range. So meaning whoever's got this posted right here at the moment, it is below our profit margin. So what I like to do and how I have it set up is to not actually cancel the items where items are below our profit range. This way we can actually keep our items up in the auction house, we'll save on deposit costs, and also your item can even sell sometimes if yours isn't the cheapest on the auction house for a few reasons. So with materials, we sell our materials in all different stack sizes. So sometimes people will buy even a stack size, say of like they need 10, so they're going to buy your 10 stack size of that material instead of someone else that has maybe only got 20 posted, but they're cheaper per item than ours. A lot of the time that actually happens, and so that's why it's also good to keep it at our minimum profit range. If we were to cancel these and repost them under the price that this person had, we wouldn't have profit. So you're better off keeping them on the auction house because people can come along and still buy them, especially if they're materials and at the right stack size. Now on top of that, some people will actually go ahead and just use the normal Blizzard interface for the auction house. So they won't know what the cheapest item is and they pretty much buy the first item that they see. Now another reason, say there is one or two items posted below your price that is under your profit range. What will normally happen is someone else will go ahead and buy those items up that are undercutting you, and then yours is next in line to sell and yours will end up selling. So they're the main reasons why personally I have my operations set up to not cancel scan items that are under our profit range, because we don't know, obviously we don't want to be cancelling them and selling them for less than we paid for. The whole name of the game is to make gold reselling the items at a profitable price. Now, as you can see, there is actually a fourth option which says cancelling auction you've undercut. That means we've posted this item for less. As you can see, we undercut this person right here at 48 silver, then this person has undercut us at 47 silver. Before we did that, we posted them at 49 copper, sorry. So that means we've actually got a cheaper posting on the auction house under 49 copper, so we could cancel scan these. On top of that, we also have been undercut, so we'll cancel scan the ones we have posted at 49 copper and the ones we have posted at 48 copper, because this person has posted at 47 copper. So this just means you're basically scanning the item, you're cancelling the item that you've undercut yourself. This is what the green text means. So what we want to do is we want to spam our TSM macro, and this is going to cancel all the items that need cancelling on the auction house. So let's go ahead and we will cancel scan and remove all the items that we've been undercut on by other people or by ourselves. There we go, we've finished cancelling all the items that we've been undercut. So the next step is to get them all out of the mailbox and go ahead and repost them back up on the auction house, undercutting the people that undercut us. So we've got the items that we just cancel scan. Let's go ahead and repost all of them. And now we will undercut the people that undercut us. Let's go ahead and post these all up on the auction house. Now, the more cancel scans you do, the more sales you'll end up getting because you're undercutting the competition. However, you don't have to do that at all. No cancel scanning is required to get decent sales and make some nice profit. Me personally, I don't do much of it. I post for 2-hour duration up on the auction house. So what I prefer to do is post them, leave them for 2 hours. Once they expire themselves, I can repost them, and when I repost them, they're going to post at a competitive price, undercutting the competition. So that is an easy way to do it, especially once you have a bunch of items that you're selling. It's a lot easier to not run cancel scans and just repost them every 2 hours. So that is it for the beginner's flipping guide for Season of Discovery. Flipping is by far the best method of making gold in Season of Discovery. Well, in all versions of the game, flipping is by far the best way to make gold. The more gold that you have, the more gold that you will make, so you can just keep on scaling up when you're flipping. If you would like to learn more in depth all about flipping in Season of Discovery, Classic Hardcore and Classic Era, you can find all of that inside of my flipping guide, which will be the first link down below in the description box. You also will get my groups for all 3 versions of the game. The Season of Discovery groups are constantly being updated. At the moment, they're mainly catered to phase 1. In the next phase, they're going to have all the best phase 2 flips, and so on in the 3rd phase and in the 4th phase. The operations are set up to only sell items at a profitable price no matter what. They calculate how much you paid for an item and will only sell them at a profitable price. So very beginner friendly. All you got to do is buy the items at a good price, and TSM operations will do all the hard work for you and calculate the best price to sell them at. On top of this, it will teach you step by step how to set everything up in a lot more detail, and also give you a bunch of tips and tricks that I didn't mention in this video. On top of that, you also are going to get access to a private Discord where I will personally help you out with flipping myself, and there is a bunch of other very useful and helpful people in the private Discord that will also help you out with flipping. We also share all our best flips and all our success stories with flipping and also gold making. So you get that when you also get the classic flipping guide. Now the classic flipping guide will be the first link down below in the description box if you want to go ahead and check that out. However guys, that was it for this video. If you enjoyed, hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe to the channel for more flipping and gold making content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.